But the thing is that Edgar had told me that he was going to be playing Johnny, and I was celebrating him. I had the opportunity to work with.
Enrique Martin Morales was born on December 24, 1971, in San Juan, Puerto Rico. He grew up in a bilingual household. His father, Enrique, his mother, Nereida, managed the family home. Music entered his life early. He sang in school choirs and went to talent shows. By age 9, he appeared in television commercials. He often sang songs by the group Menudo while using spoons as microphones. These early roles helped him learn how to be comfortable in front of a camera. At age 12, he joined the boy band Menudo. This was one of the most famous pop groups in Puerto Rico. He had to audition 3 times to get into the band. He failed the first 2 times because he was too short. He showed persistence during the 3rd audition. He learned the dance routines very fast. The group accepted him in 1984. He replaced a member named Ricky Melendez. His first public show with the group happened on July 10, 1984, at the Luis A. Ferre Performing Arts Center in San Juan. He had to learn 18 different dances in just 10 days before his first concert. Menudo tours went across Latin America, the United States, and parts of Europe. The band was already famous in many countries when he joined. He stayed with Menudo for 5 years. He left the group when he was 17 years old. The group had a rule that members had to leave at age 16 to keep a young image. He stayed slightly longer and finished high school in Puerto Rico before leaving in late 1988 or early 1989. His time in Menudo gave him a lot of experience with stage presence and international travel. He sang in many different languages. While Spanish was the main language, he also recorded songs in English, Italian, and Portuguese. He even did versions of songs in French and Japanese for those specific markets. During his 5 years with the band, they released 11 albums. One album called Evolucion was nominated for a Grammy Award. Another album titled Menudo reached number 49 on the US Billboard 200 chart in 1985. This was the highest any album from the group had ever charted in the United States. His schedule with the band was very busy. He flew between cities like Mexico City, Caracas, Buenos Aires, and Tokyo. He had to do daily rehearsals and late-night recording sessions. He also did meet-and-greet events where he signed autographs and took photos with fans. Crew members said he was always on time and helped new members learn their dance moves. Television specials showed him singing in multiple languages on live broadcasts. After leaving the group, he moved to acting and solo music. He appeared on television shows in Puerto Rico and then in soap operas. These roles included parts in General Hospital and Modelos. He also did stage work in musicals in Puerto Rico. Acting kept him in the public eye while he worked on his own music. His solo career began with Spanish-language albums in the early 1990s. His first solo album, titled Ricky Martin, came out in 1991. It had songs that became popular in Latin markets. His next album was called Mi Amaras, and it was released in 1993. This album helped him reach more fans across Latin America. He worked with famous producers and songwriters to make the music better. He used television shows in Puerto Rico and the United States to promote these records. In 1995, he released A Medio Vivir. This album was a turning point for him. It included the hit song Maria, which became famous internationally. The song reached music charts in Europe and Latin America. He began performing at big venues like Madison Square Garden and Radio City Music Hall. He also appeared on late-night talk shows in the United States, such as The Tonight Show. Critics liked his energy and his ability to mix Latin rhythms with pop music. In 1998, his career grew even more with the album Vuelve. This album won a Grammy Award for Best Latin Pop Album. A song from that album, La Copa de la Vida, became the official song for the 1998 FIFA World Cup. He performed the song at the World Cup opening ceremony in France. The song was played in stadiums all over the world. This period made him an international pop star. His concerts started to draw tens of thousands of people. The biggest moment for his global success came in 1999. He performed at the Grammy Awards on February 21, 1999. He sang La Copa de la Vida and received a standing ovation from the audience. The performance had a conga line, many dancers, and bright flashing lights. This was a major event for Latin music in the United States. Madonna even came to meet him backstage after the show. This performance set the stage for him to release music in English. On March 23, 1999, he released the single Livin' La Vida Loca. The song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and stayed there for 5 weeks. It was the first time a song reached number 1 on the pop, Latin, and dance charts, all at the same time. The Spanish version of the song was also number 1 on the Hot Latin Songs chart for 9 weeks. His first English-language album, also titled Ricky Martin, was released in 1999. It sold 661,000 copies in its first week. By the end of the year, it had sold 6 million copies in the United States alone. It was the third best-selling album of 1999. The music video for Livin' La Vida Loca was played constantly on MTV. Other songs from the album, like She's All I Ever Had and Shake Your Bon Bon, also became hits. He went on the Livin' La Vida Loca tour in 1999 and 2000. He played in North America, Europe, and Latin America. The tour featured complicated lighting, many costume changes, and big groups of dancers. Critics said he had great professional skills and a strong voice. His success continued into the early 2000s. He released the album Sound Loaded in 2000. It featured the hit song She Bangs, which reached the top 5 on the Billboard charts. The music video for She Bangs won an MTV Video Music Award for Best Dance Video. He performed at many big global events during this time. He was part of the opening ceremony for the 2000 Summer Olympics in Sydney. He also performed at the halftime show for Super Bowl 33 in Miami in 1999. That show was watched by about 1.3 billion people worldwide. People said his performance changed how Latin pop was seen in the United States. He also released the album Almas del Silencio in 2003, which did well on charts around the world. He worked with producers like Desmond Child and Emilio Estefan to create a wide variety of music styles. He continued to record music in both Spanish and English. This helped him keep fans in many different countries. Throughout the 2000s, he toured all over North America, Europe, and Latin America. He played at famous places like the Staples Center in Los Angeles and arenas in Mexico City, London, and Paris. Charity work became a big part of his life as well. He started the Ricky Martin Foundation in 2003. The foundation focuses on preventing human trafficking. It supports programs in Latin America, the Caribbean, and the United States. He has worked with organizations like the United Nations and UNICEF. He traveled to different countries to talk about the rights of children. He also did benefit concerts to help people after hurricanes in Puerto Rico and the Caribbean. He began doing work to raise awareness for HIV/AIDS in the 2000 teens. His foundation also supports education and prevention programs for health. In 2025 and 26, his foundation work for health advocacy continued. He often used his public appearances to talk about these causes instead of just his music. People recognize him for both his music and his humanitarian work. His personal life had many big changes during this time. In August 2008, he became a father to twin boys named Matteo and Valentino. They were born through gestational surrogacy. He described them as a gift. He took a break from work to spend time with them. He wanted to keep them away from fame at first. His children only found out he was famous when they were around 15 years old. On March 29, 2010, he publicly came out as gay. He posted a letter on his official website. He said he was proud to be a fortunate homosexual man. He said he chose to be honest for himself and his children. He used social media, like Twitter, to share the news. Many people and organizations sent him messages of support. He said the moment was very liberating and helped him feel less depressed. After he came out, he became a strong advocate for LGBTQ+ rights. He spoke at public events and in interviews about equality. He also helped start organizations for queer youth in Latin America and the United States. His career did not slow down after his announcement. His albums and tours still had many fans and strong sales. He met an artist named Juan Yosef on Instagram in 2015. They started by sending messages and then met for the first time in London. They got engaged in 2016. He proposed with a ring in a velvet pouch. They got married on August 29, 2017. The wedding was small and private. They announced the marriage to the public in January 2018. They had 2 children together through surrogacy. Their daughter, Lucia, was born on December 24, 2018, which is the same day as his birthday. Their son, Ren, was born on October 29, 2019. The family spent a lot of time together, doing things like going to the pool and beach. He often brought his children on tour with him. He used homeschooling so they could keep learning while they traveled. He shared photos of his family selectively to protect the children's privacy. In July 2023, he and Juan Yosef announced they were getting divorced. They said the decision was made with love and respect. He filed for divorce in California and asked for joint custody of the children. They continue to co-parent their children together. They live about 10 minutes apart to make co-parenting easier. Juan Yosef said in 2025 that the family is still happy. They still celebrate holidays and birthdays together. Legal challenges started in July 2022. His nephew, Dennis Yadiel Sanchez, filed for a protective order in Puerto Rico. He made allegations about a past relationship and harassment. He denied all the claims and said they were false. A few weeks later, the nephew voluntarily withdrew the petition. The nephew admitted under oath that he had never been sexually assaulted. The court then dismissed the protective order. After the case was dismissed, he filed a $20 million countersuit against his nephew in September 2022. He claimed defamation and extortion. He said the false claims caused him to lose music contracts and damaged his reputation. In 2023, the nephew filed a counterclaim for $10 million. The legal battle lasted for almost 3 years. Attorneys for both sides filed many motions and evidence. Media outlets in Puerto Rico and around the world covered the story. He stayed mostly silent about the details during the case. Finally, in April 2025, both parties asked the court to dismiss the case. On April 7, 2025, Judge Arnaldo Castro Callejo granted the dismissal with prejudice. This means the case is closed for good and cannot be brought back. No money was paid by either side, and no one admitted they were wrong. The court only kept jurisdiction to make sure everyone followed the dismissal rules. He said this was a very dark chapter in his life, but it made him more resilient. Even during the legal issues, he kept working on his music. He recorded new songs and went on tour. In 2025, he released singles that did well on the Latin music chart. He performed at many festivals and theaters. He also went on the Trilogy tour with Enrique Iglesias and Pitbull, which lasted into late 2025. His management said he stayed very active and focused on his work. He continued to appear in the media to promote his music and his charity work. In 2026, his career is still going strong. He performed a solo show called Saadiyat Nights in Abu Dhabi on January 31, 2026. He also has a tour called Ricky Martin Live 2026 starting in Mexico in March. He is working with contemporary Latin artists on new collaborations. His music is still played millions of times on streaming platforms like Spotify. Songs like Livin' La Vida Loca, She Bangs, and Maria are still very popular. He is also still involved in fashion. In January 2026, he attended Milan Fashion Week with Hudson Williams. Juan Yosef even commented positively on his social media posts about the event. He lives in the United States, with homes in Miami and Los Angeles. He also spends time in Puerto Rico and Europe. He stays very disciplined with his work. He does daily vocal exercises and dance rehearsals to stay ready for his shows. He is very involved in the design of his stages and the mixing of his sound. Crew members say he pays a lot of attention to detail and works closely with his production staff. His oldest sons, Mateo and Valentino, are now 17 years old. They sometimes give him feedback on his performances. His younger children, Lucia and Ren, are 7 and 6 years old. He makes sure his touring schedule allows him to spend time with all of them. In January 2026, he took all 4 children on a vacation to the French Alps. He continues to balance his life as a famous entertainer and a dedicated father. He has received many awards over his career, including multiple Grammys and Latin Grammys. He has also received Lifetime Achievement Awards for his work in music and charity. His career has lasted for over 40 years, from being in a boy band to becoming a global icon. He is seen as a central figure in bringing Latin music to the rest of the world. His story shows how he has managed a long career while also taking care of his family and dealing with personal challenges. He remains a very visible and influential figure in entertainment and social advocacy today.